So I'm sure you've heard from that by now that man up in Virginia was convicted of killing some hunting dogs and removing collars. He got 24 months in jail. That's interesting. But how did we get to this point? That's the main question. And we're going to look at a few things here. Let me bring some stuff on screen here. I did a little digging, and I found this here from Virginia, and it shows that Mr. Ripper, he's the person convicted of the misdemeanors here, was actually charged with felonies, and you see the court record here where it ended in a mistrial. So he went through 2 trials, it appears, not just one. Take a look at a few more things here. I got a few more things I want to bring on screen here. And we got a commercial. Imagine that. We'll just sit through the commercial. We'll let them have their time. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And
well,
here we go.
For the second time, 3 hunting dogs were shot, 2 of them killed. It happened in Essex County on Monday, just 3 days after 3 dogs were shot in nearby King and Queen County. Today, Azariah Bryant caught up with the dog's owners in Essex. He is live outside of DWR headquarters tonight in Henrico with more. Azariah?
Yeah, Makia, the Department of Wildlife Resources is leading this investigation as this is a difficult time for the dog owners. The Clark family has had a pack for nearly 40 years. Now they mourn the death of 2 of their dogs and help the other pup recover.
3 of those dogs trailed a deer towards this individual's property. I heard upwards of 15, 16 shots.
Jamie Clark is at a loss. His beloved dogs Chevy and Spike were killed New Year's Day. Bella was also shot after all 3 dogs followed their noses to a neighbor's property in Essex County. Jamie heard the shots. He didn't want to overreact, but then
while I was looking at my GPS, I noticed that one of those collars never moved, which indicated to me something might have happened to that dog.
Jamie and his father then followed their dog's trail to the property, came upon a fire burning in a barrel. Inside that barrel, their dog's GPS collars.
The woods besides this guy's property found blood, found part of a buckle from a collar.
The Department of Wildlife Resources says the property owner told officers he shot the dogs because they were attacking his animals. He told officers he buried Chevy and Spike.
The guy admitted to shooting the dogs. We walked back into the woods where I suspected they were, and we found them buried with dirt over them, pine straw thrown over to conceal where they were.
The owners also believe their dogs didn't attack any animals.
Our GPSs show the exact places that those dogs have been, and the game wardens, anybody can look at it and tell that his story just doesn't come together. They were never near his chicken coop. A lot of rage at the time, it's just, I mean, when you raise dogs for 8 years, I mean, they're just like family. You just can't replace them.
Now the Clark family is hoping the Commonwealth attorney will bring charges.
Case that I know of in just the past week. I mean, if something's not done, it's just going to be an ongoing thing.
And what he's talking about there is during this time period, a couple of years ago, there were 3 dog shooting incidents back to back in Virginia. It was 1, 2, 3. I almost think they all happened in the same week. There was the one where the collars were burned in the burn barrel, and there were 2 other ones. And they seem to all get conflated online. I'm going to go ahead and let this video play out.
In the meantime, we're lining when it comes to the sole survivor, Bella.
She's gonna be okay. She doesn't have any.
The incident is still under investigation, and once we learn more, we'll be sure to bring you the latest. On your side at 6, in Henrico, I'm Azariah Bryant, 12 on your side.
All right, thank you, Azariah. A 37,000.
I'm Howard from Emerald and Kilduff, and we're
Okay, we're going to look here at the print version here. And it says King and Queen County. A few days later, landowner Eric Gregory Ripper was arrested, and he faces 3 felony counts of cruelty to animals and 2 misdemeanors for removing electronic collars. In Essex County, 3 hunting dogs were found shot, 2 of them killed on January 1st on Laurel Road. I'm leaving it up on the screen so you can read it. Of course, it was the My Chicken defense, but it says they were never near the chicken coop. Interesting story there. Always my chicken, my chicken, my chicken. So let's open up another tab here. I got a bunch of stuff opened up. So a quick Google search of Eric Gregory Ripper of Virginia brings up all these different news stories. This is where I found the felony case that ended in a mistrial. Here's one where 2 landowners face charges after shooting dogs. On the Middle Peninsula, hunting dogs were shot and killed in Essex and King and Queen County, prompting the Department of Wildlife Resources to launch 2 separate investigations. That video we just watched, it looks like the 2 cases got sort of squished together because they all happened back to back. I remember this happening. It was very heartbreaking. So the guy admitted to shooting the dogs, and the dog owners said that their GPS showed the dogs were the exact places where the dogs had been and were nowhere near chickens or anything like that. Never near a chicken coop. It's all here in writing on the page. On December 29th in King and Queen County, 3 hunting dogs were cold-blooded killed in a gut-wrenching. Robbie Shackelford of the Newtown Sportsman Association told ABC8. In that case, according to DWR, about 2 p.m., conservation officers were notified that an incident involving hunting dogs being shot on a property off Indian Neck Road. They found the 2 dead dogs. An investigation was launched. I witnessed the removal of the dogs, extremely graphic, Shackelford said from the scene. I'm leaving it up so you can read it. On January 2nd, the landowner in that case was also charged. Eric Gregory Ripper is facing 3 felony counts of animal cruelty. We saw a minute ago where the felony trial ended in a mistrial. But this week we have some changes. So let's see what happened this week. This week, after 2 years, a Virginia jury has done what too many thought wouldn't happen. In King and Queen County, a man identified as Eric Gregory Ripper was convicted after 3 hunting dogs were found killed on his property. So the outcome of this was he was found guilty by jury. He was sentenced to 24 months in jail, ordered to pay restitution, $1,000 per dog, $375 per tracking collar. Now, a lot of people get confused on restitution and civil liability. They are two different things. Restitution is something that the criminal court orders to make the convicted person pay for some of their damages. It doesn't do punitive damages in criminal court normally. However, you can go to civil court and sue, and there's all kinds of things you can sue for in civil court, and that's where punitive damages and stuff come from, and that's where you see these judgments. One recent judgment was for $248,000. I think the person had to mortgage their house or sell their house to pay the judgment because they shot a dog that was not bothering their chickens. Now let that sink in. That wasn't a fine. It wasn't just a warning. It wasn't a slap on the wrist. It's jail time. Now, what was this case really about? The facts are simple. 3 hunting dogs were shot and killed. The tracking collars were removed. Evidence had to be investigated and recovered. It was criminal behavior. Now, I spoke with the victim. I spoke with one of the victims. There were two dog owners involved in this, but I spoke with one of the victims, and they said it's not about the money. It's more satisfying to see his serving time. Hopefully, this sets an example across Virginia. The victim has stated they're not planning to pursue civil actions at this time. But understand this clearly, restitution doesn't prevent civil lawsuits. When you go out there and you put that dog in your sights and pull the trigger, you can face criminal proceedings where this guy got 24 months in jail, and the dog's owner can also sue you. And like I said, we've seen jury awards, $248,000, $70,000. You got that kind of money laying around. I mean, really, think about it. Is it worth it? It'd be better off to have the conversation with the dog owner. If you think they're doing wrong, call law enforcement. If you think they're doing wrong, bring your own suit. But shooting the dog is something you can't take back, and you could wind up facing charges. You could wind up in prison. Mr. Ripper wound up in prison. I want you to think about that. You can disagree on property lines. You can have the conversation, but you should never take matters into your own hands. The case was not about money, but it did end in 24 months in jail. Look at that smile on his face. Look at that. He's just thinking about how I wonder if it was worth it. I really do. People tell me that are involved in this case that they believe he spent 6 figures on his defense. Now, we found where it went to a felony trial. We found where that it went to a grand jury and he was indicted. So think about that. 2 trials, still winds up with 24 months in jail. Was it worth it? I would love to just sit down with one of these guys just once, one of these dog shooters. They all run and hide after this is all over, but I would just love to sit down with them and say, was it worth it? Was it? So I got one more news story here I want to share. No, I think I shared them all. So that covers that. Thanks for listening. Maybe, just maybe, this will be a deterrent and people will stop shooting people's dogs. Come on, man. What did you gain? You had to spend a whole bunch of money to try and stay out of prison, and you still wound up in prison. Was it worth it? That's the question. Was it worth it? Now, I know the trolls are going to be in the comment section saying, oh, I'm going to do this and that, and they should let him go. And hey, look, the jury spoke. 24 months in jail plus restitution. I'm going to let you talk about it. Have a good one.